welcome all to our international conference, and I'm glad to meet you all. I am Josefina. I am a professor in Azerbaijan at University of Languages, and also I function in Romania at the Romanian Language Institute, but I will tell more when I'm also presenting. So I welcome you all and I do hope that our sharing of the ideas could enlighten us and make us more delightful about joining this conference, and at the end we will be more powerful with this information that we got here. Right now, I invite Dr. Praveen, I hope I pronounced correctly, from India, from Institute of Advanced Study in Education, to talk about an appreciation of Bernard Rose's adaptation of Anna Karenina. It should be a very, very interesting topic.
Okay. At the outset, I would like to thank the organizers, ICSAD, respected chair, participants of this conference. Thank you all. Nice to meet you all during this time of the COVID. And it's only because of this online platform I've been able to connect with you. Thank you so much. This, as you know, let me introduce myself. I'm a teacher educator, basically. My PhD is on film for communicative language teaching. So I got interested in films 20 years ago. I've been exploring possibilities of using film. And this is based on a workshop which I had done earlier, some time ago. Okay, this is about Anna Karenina. We have several adaptations. I'm going to focus on one particular adaptation. Okay. I'll tell you something about novel and film. I'll move on to adaptation quickly and an analysis of setting, tone, and major scenes in this particular film. Okay. Now, if you look at Encyclopedia Britannica, this is what they say. It was published between 1875 and 77. And it's a pinnacle of world literature. Leo Tolstoy's Anna Karenina. And if you look at this particular site, they tell you already 14 translations of this particular novel is available. Okay. And if you go to Goodreads, they tell you the Penguin version is one of the best. Why? They have a 50-page explanation of cultural references. You know, if you want to make a film based on Russian culture, you should know something about Russian culture also, because all art products are products of that particular culture and society. Now, if you look at the novel, you know, in any novel, the plot, character, setting, and dialogue is important. And this is an opening line, please read, happy families are all alike. Every unhappy family is unhappy. This is the opening line of this particular novel. Here's another line. Is it really possible to tell someone what one feels? So difficult. And look at this. All the variety, all the charm, all the beauty of life is made up of light and shadow. Film is a medium that uses light. So imagine the difficulty of a person who's trying to direct and produce a film based on this particular novel. Now let's look at the film. This is a recent study, May 26, 2021. As of today, there are 15 movie adaptations, 6 television series, ballet, opera, musicals, you see. It's a perennial interest for all over the world. Now, there are 3 British versions or English versions, 1935 Garbo, and there is a recent one, 2020. But I'm going to focus on this particular one, 1997, by Bernard Rose. Okay, his adaptation, that's what I'm going to focus on. Now, we know the elements of a good film, everything depends on the acting, the dialogue, the cinematography, the editor, what the editor does, how he mixes sound, music, and the scenes. But we also know there's an element of story, the entertainment value, and an intriguing theme. We all know the theme about of Anna Karenina. A married man's wife falls in love with another man. Okay, so it's an intriguing theme. But if a film should be good, all these aspects should be looked into. Now, let us look at adaptations. This is what Grobstein says. Films only portray select content from a novel, using visual and auditory. They don't take everything, only select content. And here's something else. It is the screenwriter's fantasy. Our fantasy will be different. But the screenwriter's fantasy, that's what you're going to see in any adaptation. You must remember this. Okay. Now, if you look at when Rosa said it, the setting is, it's Russia. Okay. So you have the palace. That's the character playing Anna Karenina. And look at the costume. See this one here on the left, and this is the costume. Look at the details I've looked into. And now, see, this is the palace. See the grandeur of the palace. You see? See the opulence of the palace and the costume and all that. Suddenly we are transported into a different world. Now let us look at the tone of this particular thing. As you all know, this is Anna Karenina. There is a ball, and she has already met this Vronsky, and she meets. Look at the feelings that they communicate through the eyes. Okay, she's also a married woman, and he knows she is a married woman. Okay. See, he is unable to look into her eyes. But this is a girl who really loves Vronsky. So you see, it's a triangle. This girl loves, but the other man, he falls in for a married woman. You see, he inquires about her. So we know what is going to be, what this film is going to be. Now, this particular wall scene is one of the best. Okay, man who was dancing with Kitty comes to her and says, "Why don't you come and dance with me?" She says no, but when Vronsky comes, she moves away. She doesn't openly express her affection for him because she's already married. But look at the girl who really loves, and in the walls you can see her dancing and the other girl dancing, and look at the expression on the eyes and the sudden cuts to show that she's with him now, but his heart is not with her. You see, because he loves the married woman. And look at her eyes, see how it captures everything. See, she's so sad. She loves him, but then Vronsky doesn't like her, and she's disappointed. And see how happy Vronsky is with a married woman. And poor girl, she can't bear it. You see, right. See how sad she is. And now one of the best scenes is the horse race scene, This is Vronsky who is taking part in the race, and Anna Karenina comes to see that. And this is him riding. You can see the emotions rising. She wants her lover to win, and she's waiting and see what happens. Vronsky falls down. And immediately she openly expresses her shock. And who sees this? Her own husband sees this. So it's a fast-moving scene. You have to cut from one to the other, and again cut to this scene, then cut to her feelings, and finally everything is captured. Only a master craftsman can give the direction to the cameraman to capture all these and cut and paste them together. You see, it's one of the best scenes I liked, really. Now, this is a suicide scene. See, it runs 2 paragraphs. Okay. And that's going to be the end of the film. That's going to be the message of the film. How are you going to do that? So I studied several films, and this particular video suicide scene I liked. She walks to the station. She has decided how to end her life. Look at her feelings. See the smiling face in the beginning, and now look at her face. Dull, lifeless. She thinks of her own childhood, you see. Then she imagines taking bath in a pond. So she leaps, but this time she leaps in front of a carriage, a railway carriage. And instead of showing the carriage running over the body, they just show you her eyes. You see? And finally, it switches onto a lamp, which dies out to give you a meaning. And you see, and the final smile. See how she perceived life, lived life to the full. That was what she wanted. And she exits with a smile. So what is the assessment? Why do you like it? This is what I have to say. Mise-en-scene mastery I can see in this particular film. Okay? And it's a symbolic interpretation. It's a work of art. That is why I decided to present this paper during an art conference. Okay? These are references. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm ready to answer any question you like. I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Thank you so much for your presentation. It was very, very interesting. And actually, we will discuss more at the Q&A session, because I also use a lot of movies in my teaching. So I hope that we can share a lot of ideas. Thank you so much. It was very inspiring how you treated the movie.